Yo, what's up? Check it out, it's your boy DJ L7. Today, I got a very special guest, someone that I've been, got a lot of questions about KRTD media, so she's definitely related to that. But just as an activist, I heard interesting stories about her background, so in the activism field. So I can't wait to find out more. But I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Why don't you go ahead?
All right. Hi, my name is Jimi Sunderland. I am the executive director for KRTD Media. My passions are video editing and graphic design and producing. That's
Okay,
it.
cool. All right, so I guess I'm gonna put this in my online activist interview series, so the questions will probably line up there. So as in terms of how'd you get started with this whole activist thing? Like, did something? I guess you're an activist in some ways, or you're more. It sounded
Yeah,
from your
yeah,
description that you're more like a video producer.
yeah. It started off with activism and it turned into just end up, yeah, like producer and creating videos to show people about activism and things like that. Where I first got started, I believe it was I mean, ever like all of us, it started off with the Bernie 2016 campaign. I think it just kind of started with that, and then it went to volunteering for like brand new Congress, getting involved, or started watching YouTube videos.
Oh, cool,
That's
brand new
when I
Congress.
started
Cool,
getting involved with those people, like Bernie 2016 TV. I did a video for Tim Black once,
cool.
like a little compilation for the primaries in 2016 for him, and that's kind of what got me in the jump start of wanting to get into graphic design and video editing. Is people were asking for it, and I knew since I've already had an artistic background and a very creative background that this was something that I could probably easily get into. Additional with my husband already being in the film industry for over 25 years, plus his grandma and his parents all being in the film industry, I had him to teach me everything I needed to know, to the point to where now I surpass him in video editing. So
Okay, so
that's
let's
how
talk
it
about
went.
this. Okay, so you started with Bernie. Um,
Yeah.
what drew you to Bernie? Like, was it just like? Are
It's
you in New
actually a
York,
really
by the
funny
way?
thing. It was, huh?
Are you in New York?
No, I'm actually in Southern California.
You're in Cali. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue on.
Yeah.
Because I looked at
So
Facebook and it says that KRTD Media is still in New York, so I thought maybe I wasn't sure, but I do see a lot of people from out of state, which is good. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Shane is based in New York, so and it's KRTD started with him, so it started and based in New York. But yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm in Southern California. There's a lot of us, like people I work with every day. I was just on the phone earlier with you interviewed Joe Evans, and he's in Idaho. So we're all over the place. That's just kind of what we do. That's what a lot of us are used to doing, is working virtually. So yeah, but no, how it started with the 2016 campaign was actually really funny. Is I took a one of those like ridiculous, weird Facebook quizzes that like gives you an answer to something when you take the little quiz. And I took a quiz on what state I belonged in, and the quiz ended up giving me the state of Vermont. So I was like, what's that? Like, I wonder what's going on in Vermont. And I heard that this guy named Bernie Sanders was running for president, and I was like checking him out, and I saw his policies and everything he was like running for. And at that time, I thought I knew everything about politics, one of those people who don't know anything but think they know everything about it. And I'm like, wow, wait, there's like all these options that we're able to have, and we can have these nice things, and there's ways to pay for it. And he just answered so many questions that just kind of opened my mind and made me really get more involved in politics and getting into it. Plus, I was settled down and moved into a new area, and it seemed like it was like always like at the right time, right moment at the right time. So
Okay, so it seems like you were inspired by Bernie Sanders, which is cool. Some people have a particular. I've also noticed that you said talk about like the women-led thing like that. That seemed to be a point of pride for you, which is cool. I respect that struggle right there. But is
right.
there any particular? Sometimes people have like a personal story or, some type of like personal connection, and I often look for that because it shows me their commitment, right? So I heard now I earlier brushed this up a little bit. I heard that you had done some type of work, maybe a not-for-profit or something like that. You have some type of like or you have some type of background experience in terms of working like in this. What have you done?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. So yeah. What do you
Yeah,
got?
so I was a co-coordinator for a local chapter for the Indivisibles group back in 2017, I believe. Indivisibles had a chapters all over the country, and at the beginning, it was to fight our local politicians to get past the policies that we wanted to get passed. Also, fighting against anything that we thought was wrong, like we did protests on fighting against Gorsuch and stuff like that. But we ended up getting so big, we did a "Where is Paul Cook" campaign, and I ended up printing out. I designed some, like how back in the day they used to have the missing children on the milk cartons. Well, I made it in graphic design. I made a little sticker like that, and I went to my local grocery store and I asked him, "Hey, can I stick a couple of these stickers on and take some pictures?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, go for it. I don't care. It's just a local grocery, not even a local grocery store. It's like a little liquor store." So I did it, took the picture, we sent it, put it up on Twitter, and it ended up getting shared by George Takei, the actor, I
I know who he
believe,
is.
at the
Yeah.
time. And from him sharing it, it got all over the place. The picture ended up on BBC News. It ended up on uh, Rachel Maddow, whatever her name is. I forgot that one chick's name. Anyway, it ended up on a lot of news stations because of it. So we got a lot of really big, big following. A lot of people would come to our meetings. Like we would have a meetings twice a month. We'd have up to 100 people. We would hold vigils. All of these things I helped organize. We even had a Stop Nestle protest out here because Nestle is actually stealing our water and reselling it back to us as Lake Arrowhead water, because right here next to me is Lake Arrowhead. So they're literally stealing the water from us and selling it back to us here at the stores in our town. So we did a Stop Nestle protest where we got a lot of the people from the North Dakota Access Pipeline protests. We got a lot of ACLU, Story of Stuff. A lot of people ended up coming for that. We ended up in a couple of documentaries on Netflix because of it. All of this through Indivisible's nonprofit organization as a local chapter for that.
That's cool. I'm actually learning quite a bit. I like the way that you went off right there because that actually shows that you're passionate about it. That's good. Some of
Yeah.
the stuff, maybe I might have done things a little bit differently in some cases, but honestly, I can see that there is commitment there and there is a depth there, right? As in terms of like organizing, as in terms of like passion and you know making things happen, right? Which I appreciate. So that's cool. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna keep asking some more questions about this now. The thing is that as you have built your ideas, right, politically, whatever you said were inspired by Bernie Sanders, maybe there was others, right? Because before you went to Bernie Sanders, that's the reason why his stuff was appealing to you. So some people, they follow a certain path, right? They say I'm a disciple of blah blah blah. Oh, I follow Chris Hedges. Oh, I'm a Marxist Leninist, right? Whatever, right? Do you have a particular set of or framework that you come out of, as in terms of your understanding or political, you know?
Um,
How do you frame things? Yeah.
I hate to talk about it because I'm really, really disappointed in my history, but I mean, I guess I can't really say I'm too disappointed because it did teach me a lot of what I know now. I started off as a young person coming out of high school, really into Rand Paul. Um, I
Sounds pretty
really
fucking
loved
cool to
his,
me. I mean, why is that a
huh?
problem? Well, I guess that's a problem. I don't know. That sounds cool to me, but okay. I mean, continue on.
No, 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 no. It's not a problem because
Okay.
like that, like I said, I just because the with coming with a lot of a conservative background thinking comes a lot of ideologies that aren't very good either, that I'm not very proud of and I'm not very happy with, but I did
I
learn a
get
lot
that.
from it.
I get that.
So yeah, that's where it comes
Appreciate
from.
that.
But with the political thing of it, it's really weird is I grew up in a very conservative town. I mean, I lived in a very red district, even in Southern California. So a lot of my upbringing was very conservative, was very libertarian. When I voted for Obama in '08 just to kind of smite and piss off a lot of my Republican friends, because that's what I did. Actually, to be fully honest, my 20s, I spent a lot of my time working in bars. That's a lot of what I did is work.
Makes
But I
sense.
met
I probably do the
a
same
lot of
shit.
really older men that had a lot of opinions, and a lot of them were very conservative, especially in rural towns. So, that's where I learned a lot, but I learned to piss them off too in other ways. And that's kind of what turned me away from thinking more conservative and going more of the liberal, progressive route. It was just kind of, it kind of
Okay.
just stayed in my head, and I didn't say any. That was like in 2008, 2009, stayed in my head for years. And Bernie was just kind of the person that helped me be like, oh wait, I can actually talk about this and be open about it. He's done a lot
Hmm.
that's disappointed me and upset me since then. So, but you got to give credit where credit is due. I mean, I don't even see anything wrong with Rand Paul. His Red Love Lucian thing that he had in 2004, it was genius. It was absolutely brilliant. He was amazing. So
Okay. Interesting.
that's where I
Okay.
got started.
Good to know. All right. So the thing is that outside of that, okay. So out of all the things that you've done, right? It sounds like you've a little bit. It sounds like you have some experience behind you. What are you most proud of accomplishing?
KRTD Media
Really?
is my biggest and most proudest accomplishment. Out of everything that I've ever done, um, I did it because I love to do it, but I've never felt worthy of doing anything that I've done. I have a very big self-esteem problem. Like, I know that I'm pretty, but my
So
intelligence has
what?
never been put to use and been appreciated. So it's
I
gonna make
think
me
you
cry
always
because it
used it.
makes me
What?
so.
What? You were always using
Huh?
it. We were always using your intelligence. Did you ever not use
Right.
your intelligence? Even when
No, no,
people
no.
thought you weren't
You
intelligent,
have
you
to
would keep
remember,
using your
I
intelligence.
worked
Yeah.
in bars in my 20s. So working in bars, people don't think that you're smart when you work in bars, but you get to use your looks. So trying to turn that around, and being behind the scenes and working with all these different people, I still never felt my worth. I never got the appreciation that, you know, whatever my husband, like, I've never been paid to, like, I've done all this stuff for free.
But don't.
I
I
accept
don't want
thank
to get
yous.
too distracted on the interview. But doesn't that mean that you get to meet and talk to like people that are movers and shakers in some way, or
Yes,
they have
but you
disposable
never want
income?
to meet your idols. I've met so many people in this movement that are really great people who create content, but behind the scenes they're not nice at all. They're
Aww.
mean. So,
So call them out. Fuck them.
and KRTD has been nothing but thankful to me.
That's cool. I'm glad you
I
found
have
that.
gotten,
Yeah, Sean's
I,
pretty fucking cool.
I promise you,
I'm
on
just
my
kidding.
life, I have learned my worth in the last 3 weeks that I have been here at KRTD than I have in my entire existence of doing any of these video editings. Everything that they have allowed me to do,
Weren't you
and
running
it's
that?
not
Weren't
just
you
Shane
running
either,
that indivisible thing? What about there? Like you
Hmm?
didn't learn your worth there? Weren't you running that indivisible thing?
No, I mean, of course I felt like it a little bit, but okay, so with Indivisibles, they ended up turning and changing their mission statement to anti-Trump rhetoric. So I ended up finding myself going from doing protests that I love to holding out signs in San Bernardino that say Trump show your taxes, which I hated. I fucking hated it, but I did it for them. And I had to just step down and I had to leave because that's not who I was. I wasn't some anti-Trump person. You're a president. We respect you. We fight you on things
This
you
is
do
all the
wrong,
stuff
and we
that honestly is
appreciate you for
convincing
it.
to me and I like to hear. All that other soft stuff, I don't give a fuck about. When I hear stories like this where you gave up fucking stuff to get somewhere, when I hear about the struggle, when I hear about your determination, when I hear you start to go off and name crazy lists and shit like that, that's what makes me believe. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
that woman-led shit, like, that don't make me believe for a fucking second. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I don't give a shit. But you've been through the struggle. It seems like you give a shit. You know what I mean? It seems like you're determined. Yeah, that's the positive for me. You know what I mean? And if other people
Right.
didn't think you were intelligent, so fucking what? You know what I mean? Like, even if they thought you were intelligent, um, doesn't mean that it's a cakewalk either. You know what I mean? So fuck it.
I
We're all
know,
just
but yeah,
walking.
it's easier said than done. Right.
Yeah. All right,
Absolutely,
so
it's
that's
easier
cool.
said.
So that's what you're most proud of. Hey, congratulations on achieving that. Now, so the next question is, okay, you've been part of different organizations, right?
Yeah.
And we just got that answer right there. Maybe there's a lot of people who are activists who are joining a new organization, such as you joined, like that Invisibles, whatever, right? So the thing is that, um, in your experience, what kind of things did successful organizations do? What best practices did you see?
Is that
Like,
me?
so other people, because a lot of organizations abuse their people. So what can they like watch out for? How can they recognize
I hope that's me.
that, good stuff? Wait a second. Are you frozen? I think you frozen. Okay, you good now. You good. Okay. You get my
Okay.
question, right? So in your
No,
experience,
it cut off.
okay, I'm sorry. So in your experience, right? You've been part of different organizations, and some organizations, a lot of these activists are joining new organizations trying to find help with what they need help with. And some organizations are out there abusing their members, or they find themselves doing things, holding up signs, right, just like you did, something you don't even want to do. Asking themselves, is this something I want to be a part of? So for you, what are the best practices and what are the best ways that organizations can prevent, right, or keep members around and the members can get what they want?
I think the biggest thing is empathy. I think that's the biggest thing that we're lacking in all organizations nowadays is empathy and appreciation. Because you have to remember is a lot of these people, including myself, we're doing this stuff for free because we love it. You know, we don't expect anything out of it, but it's always nice to have a nice thank you every once in a while. And I think that that's what's going to help us stand out a little bit more than the rest is that I'm hoping to lead with that, with empathy, with communication, with a difference of opinion than the way most businesses are ran. So that's what I'm hoping at least. So that's what I see as most important and what is lacking for
Yeah.
sure. You all right over there?
I'm good. I dropped my keyboard, yeah? Like I told you, this place
Okay.
is a fucking disaster zone back here. Excuse me, yeah? Holy
You got a cool
shit.
hat though. I'll tell
Huh?
you that.
Yeah,
I like
excuse
your
me.
hat
Okay,
though.
excuse me. Anyways, look, I'm busy as shit. Complaints, excuses, whatever. Yeah, you want to make excuses. Yeah. Anyways, yes, that was a good answer right there. Let's move on.
Okay.
What's the Okay, so um, now as activists, right? People are getting involved and they're really passionate about what they're working on. Luckily, you've had some experience, right? What are some of the things that you think that activists can do that are most effective? What are some most effective things that you've seen activists do?
Um, Probably one of the hardest things to do is to actually be there where the action is happening. I mean, I've seen a lot of really good PR stunts, like going out to like Nancy Pelosi's front yard, going out to politicians' houses. I think a lot of that really does make a change. And of course, these huge protests that you see, but getting people, all like millions of people together all at once is probably one of the hardest things unless you have something catchy. So I think that's probably where the most change is going to be able to happen, but it's going to be the hardest to do. So.
Okay, that's interesting. I have my own thoughts on that, but this is not about me. This is about you. So it's good to catch your thoughts on that. I mean, that's cool. Appreciate that. Let's move on to the next question. Um, well, I think that overall you did pretty good. Maybe you have like social media things like that for people to follow you, website, whatever. How can people, find out more if they were watching this and they're interested in contacting for whatever reason or following you? How can they do that?
On Twitter, I'm Jimi Saves World, Jimi, like Jimi Hendrix. I'm on Facebook a lot too. Jimi Sunderland. I got a Twitter, Jimi Saves World. I also have, an Instagram, sorry, Jimi Saves World. I also have a Instagram where I draw or show off all of my graphics works that I've done, and that's called Jimi Draws World. I believe that's it.
Okay,
If
that's
I can
cool.
do a funny one, you can find me on Fortnite.
All right. Now, as people who are
Be my
watching this,
beauty.
yeah, Fortnite, why not? Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, you play
That's
Fortnite?
right. I will always love Fortnite. All right. Fortnite is the best.
Do you play Call of Duty?
No, it's too. I like building and I like the cool prettiness of Fortnite. Like it's just more graphically
You
appreciative.
should come and meet my people's shit, Yellow Brick Road. You heard of them?
Do you play Call of Duty? Which one do you play?
No, I think they play Fortnite too. Honestly, I'm so fucking busy. I don't really have time to really get nice at these games. But their whole squad right there playing games and shit, and they have another thing. I'm involved with a lot of different programs. You know what I mean? And actually,
Mm-hmm.
for you, right? I don't. I'm probably you haven't heard of Yellow Brick Road yet?
Mm-mm.
All right. So for the people that are watching, all right, you know that if you watch my online interview activist series, you know like this is pretty much almost close to the end. But I have other questions, and if you watch and you know about the juiciness of what's going on in the background of KRTD and all kinds of other fucking like other questions, that's all coming right now. So stay the fuck tuned, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So now that people know about your information, right? They got all your Facebook, whatever, right? Things that you're doing, right? Yeah, which is fucking cool as
Okay.
shit. Oh, you got the Instagram too? I'm sure dude's
Yeah.
trying to. Yeah, okay, that's cool. All right, so I don't really do that much, but I should. Yeah. Anyways, what projects you got that you're excited? You got anything coming up that you're excited about?
New shows coming up at KRTD. I'm just doing the graphics and the designs and the intros and all of that. I know we're doing the news show, which is going to be weekdays, every weekday, Monday through Friday. I'm going to be hosting the Wednesday one with Sam. We're also going to be doing, we're getting ready to produce a new show with Sukuru Fours. That's going to be called Project True. We're going to be spotlighting the LGBTQ community, which is something that I've been trying to find somebody to host for a very long time. Being in Southern California and being a part of the LGBTQ community myself, nobody has ever been really wanting to talk about it for a really long time, or have been able to have a platform or build a platform for it. So we are offering him the platform to be able to have his show for that. So we're really excited about that, which is cool. And yeah, if you need any help too, you want to like soup up your stuff, just let me know and I'll help you out too.
What stuff? Interesting. So I looked at the KRTD media stuff. What
Mhm.
stuff? What graphics did you do? What?
Okay, so all the shows starting from, let's say, I know I started working there at the end of November, so I would say end of November, beginning of December, all of those graphics are mine.
So you talking about thumbnails?
Yes.
Okay, they did like because I asked about like the stuff for the Solution Summit. And they said that was the Fiverr. They bought like the
Yeah, no, I
screens and stuff
hadn't.
off Fiverr.
I still have never even watched the Solution Summit. So many people
Okay,
talk about it, but I've never watched
but
it.
otherwise thumbnails and stuff is you, right? I mean,
Yeah,
what other
anything
graphics
from
is on there?
December till now. Yeah,
There's also some
anything from
presentations
December
like
till now.
PowerPoint presentations and something like that. You know what I mean? Like something on a screen. That's you as well. I think Joe does that a lot, right?
Um,
He'll do that during his show. He'll
mm,
show like slides with like
right.
graphs and stuff. Is that you compiling that?
Uh, no, I did one for him. There's the one where it's like the black slideshow with like the orange writing, and he's got a couple of like cute little funny graphics that go with it, like 4 or 5.
So
I
which
did
graphics?
those, but they're on like one of his slideshows, I believe, in Dump the Incumbents show.
What's like the
And
best
it's
one?
like the
What's probably like the one
yeah,
that you
so
like the
the
most?
in his slideshow, there's like the slideshow color is black, and I think the wording is like an orange color, and he'll
Okay.
throw like right underneath it will be like a graphic. I think one of them I did was, they're like pic art graphic
Well,
kind of stuff.
I'm
Just
looking
paint.
forward to it. I do see a leap up, right? As in terms of, I think this is a very exciting time for KRTD Media. I think that there's a
Right.
huge growth. I think there's a I think you guys are really set to blow. So we'll see what
I
happens.
hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Like I said in my speech, they have let my creative demon just get released. I have never had any kind of creative freedom like this. Every other place that I've worked at has just been blocked.
Okay.
My creativity has been blocked, and I hated it, and it was not fun. And I like it. Whatever I send to Shane, I'm like, here's the graphic for it. He's like, it looks cool. I'm like, yes, I don't have to change it like 50 million times because you guys say this, this, and this. Fuck yeah, let's do this. I'm all for it.
All
I
right.
love it.
But I don't know if you know my story with what's going on with me and Jimmy Dore right now. Do you know what's going on?
I do not. Mm-mm.
Okay, it's time to find out because it unfortunately kind of puts you in a funny position. Okay, so the fact of the matter is that I'm out here, kicking ass, right? Yeah, having the only third-party independent debate, like stuff like with Blessing Serpico. I don't know, you know about the police reform debate that I had with Blessing Serpico. You know what Serpico is? Serpico
Randy
was
Stucco?
there's a movie with him with starring Al Pacino, talking about
Yeah.
like police corruption, like with the NAP commission, right? So
Yeah,
he gave us a
yeah.
blessing
I'm
on
friends with
police
Randy
reform.
quite a
We had a
bit, so
debate for
yeah.
independent third-party candidates. I also have led like the protests against Andrew Yang at National Action Network, you know what I mean, which is in Harlem, which is Al Sharpton's group. So, and I was the top guy in his group in the Yang Gang, and like there was other things like ballot, all that stuff has been all that information has been suppressed, right? So the thing is that because the thing is that I actually called out some bad things that's going on at People's Party. I don't know if you've heard of the People's Party, right?
Hmm.
Also very strong Bernie group. So the fact that you come from the Bernie crats, right, kind of like really puts you, really aligns you with them, right? Yeah, and them, unfortunately, them. Like I don't look at it like that necessarily, okay? But there is that kind of thing going on because I was more in the Tulsi camp. You see back here, this Tulsi sign right here. You see that? Yeah. I like Bernie. But you know, I was a little bit more like when he said vote for Hillary, I had to, I had to
No, I
jet.
ended up voting for Jill Stein.
That's cool, you know what I mean? I couldn't vote for Hillary. Yeah, I was like, nah, man, I ain't doing that.
Ew.
Yeah, you know what I mean? White noise boxes and shit, that's disrespectful. Hell no. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Right.
Anyways, yeah, so the thing is that once I called out, right, things that were going on at the People's Party, then Jimmy Dore has been promoting that, and it's also a part of his revenue stream and all that, and he just doesn't want to. And there's also, like, you come from entertainment, so you know, like, certain people, right, they'll form cliques, and you're part of the in group or you're part of the out group. And by making that move, they decide I'm part of the out group. So they deaded me out here. Now they want the New York market. New York is 8.5 million people. LA's 4 and Chicago's 2. So 8.5 million, they don't want a strong presence out here that's going to be really, like, you know, growing outside of their control or network. You know what I mean? But by cutting me out, you know what I mean? Now I was friendly. I was the first person in the nation that forced the vote. I don't know if you know that. I went to AOC's office, you know what I mean? And a tweet publicly where I mentioned them and all that, right? I sent them many emails. All this has been documented. I asked them for justice, right? I asked them for, I say, stop this squabbling. Leadership squabble, I don't care. You guys can come with me. Nah, they just set up an alternate event with Jackson Hinkle, who has 25,000 views now because Dore has been pumping him up. Nick Brana has been pumping him up. And so, you know, you take a California, right? So you take someone from California, who's Dore's from California, coming out here, you know what I mean? And also, a lot of times, like, I don't know if you see my video on Jimmy Dore is squashing activists or something like that. Have you seen that video?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no?
Mm-mm.
Well, the thing is that, you know, there's been a very Hollywood type of situation going on, as in terms of the way that they use, like, celebrities. You know, I mean, it's very similar to the Democratic Party. The way that they use this top-down kind of like celebrity elite, like, let's look at the big numbers. But the thing is that the little numbers and the little voices are squashed out. Isn't it weird how with the People's Party you don't hear from actual poor people, and actual poor people are not in positions of any prominence in that particular organization? That's real weird, right? Yeah, it is fucking weird. So the thing is that, right, they're actually trying to squash me, so that's why Steph Zambrano is messing around, right? If you take a look at Shane, he's a nice guy. Love him, right? Yeah, I know a lot of YouTubers in this game. Power Anthem Network, Franco Analysis, he came up with me. Big Talk, Little Talk, he's not down now. Vigilant Independent. I've covered a lot of these channels. You look within your own experience. All of a sudden, Steph Zambrano comes around sniffing around New York and is supporting stuff. Doesn't that seem a little weird to you? You get what I mean? Also, she was in Franco's Super Chats and I was there saying weird stuff, letting me know that she was gloating. She was fucking gloating. So, I definitely know they know. They're gonna pretend like they don't know. They absolutely do know what they're doing. They playing games out here, you know what I mean? So, as long as I'm not excluded, it's okay. But anytime I see Steph out here, they moving on me, I'm moving on them. That's why you're gonna see me protesting anything that they touching or anything that they peoples is at, because they using they people to get at me. You get that? That's what that's all about.
Do you think that they're really trying to get at you though, or
Well, if you
do
look at
think
my
they're
video on the it's called Jimmy Dore is suppresses real activists. There's another guy named Dak Rouleau. You're gonna see that he also makes charges, and you're gonna also see that they use you know, attractive people, right, in their cabal, right, and the control, and those are the newsmakers or the news creators who control the message and to not allow the poor people to have a voice in this. We're the poor people, we're the ugly people, we're the people with disabilities, right? As in terms of why is it all pretty faces, Brianna Joy Gray, and, you know, I love them, you know, I mean, they're cool, but that can't be the only thing, and they're controlled to an extent because they're held under because they're worried
Wait, you
about
have
the
a
views.
pretty face. What are you talking about?
Yo, they don't. The thing is that an Asian American, you're expendable, and if you making trouble, you out quick. You know how it works. Even if you pretty, if you making too much noise, if you making problem amongst the girls in the bar, you know what I mean? Yo, you got to go. This is just business. You know what I mean? If you a
Well, then maybe go
superstar,
at
you
it
might
in
be
a
able to get
different
away with it.
strategy then.
Hmm?
Maybe instead of going at it in that strategy, try a different way.
I've tried a bunch of different ways. I've been in this game for 25 years. I didn't come on with burning. I've been on way before.
No, I know.
I've been
Yeah.
in part of the Green Party for a long time because as an activist, right, I saw how the Democrats got in the way, and I saw they were controlled opposition. So I knew a long time ago because I was working during the Clinton era to stop their bullshit. You know what I mean? So, and I saw how they betrayed a lot of things.
Are you really 45? Because you don't look anything
Yeah, I
older
am.
than 25.
Yeah, I am. I am. How old are you? You're probably older than you look.
No, I am older than I look.
Well, there
Yes,
we
I am
go.
36.
There we go. Yeah.
Just saying. All
Whatever.
right. That's my conspiracy with you is I think that you're younger.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Maybe I'm a 20-year-old
But
child.
hey, you know what? I think
I've never
maybe
seen
we
nothing in
should
my
talk
life.
a little bit later after this. Maybe I can help you out with a cool strategy. Maybe I can help you out. I know I'm just a pretty white girl, but maybe I can help
No,
you
that's
because
very useful. That's
you're
fucking
gorgeous.
great.
You have a lot of really great things to say. I just know that okay, like when I first came in to KRTD, my first thing to edit was the die-in protest, the Pfizer one that you went to in New York.
Let me tell you some sick stuff right now that I have working on that I think that could actually blow KRTD media the fuck up. You know what I mean? So check it out.
Mhm.
The thing is that I'm in New York and I have contacts in California as well. One of my co-hosts, right, she's working on an education company right now. I got people in Illinois and all these other places, Oregon, Illinois. I just did another interview with someone. Shit, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I don't fuck. Whatever. I got too much shit going on. My place is a fucking mess. Anyways, the thing is that, right, cable access. Brooklyn cable access is available to, you could live anywhere in the nation. I don't know, you're in California right now, you are allowed to put your stuff on Brooklyn cable access. You don't have to have a residency requirement. Most of them do. However, right, the fact that we have people in New York, we have someone in New York, means KRT Media can be on that platform. If you make fucking dope ass content like, what the fuck is it, like Stranger Things or fucking like The Boys, right? I don't know if you've seen those programs, or Breaking Bad. People will go to your platform to watch that shit, and cable access is highly fucking available. We can be nationally distributed right the fuck now, and also I'll tell you one of the advantages that you have with me right now is that I'm on the streets and I get the information first. All these fucking pundits, all these celebrities, you know what I mean? They getting all the shit from the managers. I can tell you what exactly is happening right the fuck now with a bird's eye view. You ask the people on the ground, they tell you I'm right. They tell you I'm a magic man. You ask, do you know anybody in these groups? Ask around, yeah? Spice that. What were we talking about before? Shit, but when we went off air? Because I want to... Shit, what was the segue? Anyways, fuck.
I don't know. I'm stoned.
Alright, okay, let me... Alright, so look, you had some experience, right? You're in your 30s. You did, you had the Indivisibles group. You have some experience with organizing. So, nothing, like, Shane's a cool guy. I like him. He seems like a nice guy, straight up. You know what I mean? But why don't you just form your own thing? Why would you work under Shane?
Because Shane already had it going, and the people that got me recruited through him, I trust a lot of them with my life. I worked with them at Real Progressives. They're all MMTers, so we all have worked together there, and we all left there, and we have been waiting for a new place to give us all of us a place to do what we used to do over at Real Progressives in a new area, to where there was no restrictions and no blockades and no
So what happened?
golden cow.
So y'all were unhappy at Real Progressive, and Shane reached out to y'all, and then it just happened like that, or?
Oh, no. I left Real Progressives in 2018 or 2019. So it's been quite a few years. I didn't even have a computer for the last 2 years. My kid keeps downloading Roblox and breaking my computers. So I didn't have anything for the last 2
Oh, the
years.
Roblox. Oh man.
I know. So I haven't done shit for the last 2 years. In
Roblox.
quarantine, I've been sitting here making Harry Potter paper models, doing 1,000-piece puzzles, and playing Fortnite. Fortnite has been my life for the last 2 years because I haven't done shit. My husband finally got me a Surface Pro about 2 months ago, and within a week of getting my Surface Pro, Shane contacted me. I was like, this is fucking perfect. All right, I'm
You
getting
should meet
myself
the
back
guys
in the
at the
game
Yellow
again.
Brick Road. They are really because there are people who actually I try to have the Bernie, Tulsi, Yang gang, Libertarian, Republican, whatever. Yeah, like video game contests just to like bring us all together. So
Yeah.
Fortnite.
I was thinking about doing that.
yo, I'm down to pump that through my network. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be all through me. If you guys are doing good work, and I believe in you, then I'll fucking promote it. It'll be fun.
Yeah. No, I think that'd be me and this lady we play together. Her name is Sally, and we talk politics and all that stuff all the time. And she's from Alabama, and we want to call it Fortnite Grannies and have our own little Twitch stream where we're all grandmas and we talk about politics and play Fortnite really bad.
That's hilarious. Why not? Do it. Yeah, do it.
Right. Yeah. And that's all these shows are that I do at KRTD. They all come up as an idea. I'm like, that's fucking cool. Let's do it. And we create it. Like, that's all it is. It's great.
Okay. So now that you're like in this space, right? And we talked a little bit about you can see from working with some organizations, it's not always what's cracked up to be, right? So
Yeah.
you might see like within the progressive space, sometimes you hear rumblings. Like I guess for some reason, what's his name? That guy from Status Quo, Jordan something Sheridan. He ended up leaving, right? Cenk and Jimmy Dore split up, but usually things are pretty calm. We don't really hear from, you know, the grounds, I guess you could say. What can you do to really make sure that those voices are heard?
Let them speak. I mean, when I leave places, I usually don't like, sometimes I don't leave quietly. I've left in a fire and brimstone. Real progressives knows that. That's why they don't
Do you
like
go
me,
to
so.
events
Do I go to events for
Yeah.
who?
for yourself? Because that's the only way
Like,
you're
what do
gonna
you
know who's there. You know what I mean? You're gonna know who showed up. So, or you find the people that are committed, right? People will tell you who was there. People will tell you, right? But you can't believe that. Maybe if there's video there, but you can't
Mhm.
believe shit.
Right. Right.
Or you got to see them actually like making progress, right? They can talk about it, but what are they actually like achieving?
Right.
Yeah. So, what was your biggest achievement at the KRTD Media thing, right? Okay. Hopefully, KRTD Media achieves some badass stuff. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see, definitely.
What are the What's the biggest thing for KRTD Media coming up? I guess this question is, what would you do in your first 30 days of office, right? They say whatever. Yeah.
So wait, you're asking what the biggest thing that's happened in the last 30 days that I've been here for?
No. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Oh, for the next 30 days.
Right, or sometimes people say, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get into office?
I want to start doing like little programs, like nonprofit type of programs, things to where we can educate people and teach people maybe new skill sets. Maybe,
Oh yeah, I heard about that. So you're planning on applying for grants? Because it sounds like that type of thing where you could get grants for that type of stuff.
I'm thinking so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
teaching
mean,
community
I'm still
computer
learning
skills.
a lot with all that kind of stuff because I don't really like money very much. Money is the root of all evil to me, but I understand that it's necessary for a nonprofit to be able to do it because
You
I've
already
gone
set up a
broke trying to have
501c3
nonprofit.
before?
Huh?
You 501c3 in it?
Yes.
You doing a 4 as well? That's
I
for
don't-
political activity. 27's for
Yeah,
political
I don't know.
party,
I think they might be, but that wouldn't be part of my thing. I have no idea. I only want to do the 501c3 part, so
That's okay.
I don't like money. So I want people to know that, if they donate, that it's going to go to
That's fair.
helping out the organization and people learning and all of that stuff. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good that you have, well, hopefully things with the husband work out, right? But there's a board, like usually 3 minimum required, and there's extra paperwork and fucking hassle. I like sometimes like a sole proprietorship, like, yeah, it's not tax deductible and stuff, but whatever, right? Whatever. So,
Right.
yeah. All right. Well,
I got a lot of people that are helping me out. I mean, you've interviewed a couple of them too. I think like Joe Evans. Joe Evans is my lifesaver. He's
Oh, really?
super smart. So, he's anything I have questions about, if I can't find it in Google or I can't do it myself, I ask him and he helps me. Lisa's really great too. She's very, very smart. So
I don't think
they
I've
all
met
help me
Lucy
out
yet.
when I
We'll
don't
see.
know.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very
I
interesting.
get it. Like I can run a nonprofit. It's just this legal stuff. I'm just like, oh, here we go. Okay, all right. Let's Google everything.
Okay. Well, you've relayed a lot of my concerns, right? Okay. So,
I hope we're friends now. Are we friends now?
well, okay. The thing is that when you came in, right? Yeah. Why did Red Berets come in at the same time? Why is Steph Zambrano coming at the same time?
I
Maybe
have
the
no
door
idea.
was just opened up, right? So the thing is that how did you guys contact each other? You had already left Real Progressives, but how did you end up at KRTD Media?
Because Lana works at KRTD Media, and I know Lana from Real Progressives, and she
Mm,
said, get a hold of
yeah.
Jimmy. Jimmy knows graphic
I
and
still
video
gotta get
editing.
down Lana's story and see what goes on because I gotta understand this connection here, right? Of why this time connection is there, of why these people are coming in at the same time. Maybe she just blasted out to everybody she knew, and it looks like
That's what
that's a
Lana does.
possibility, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
what Lana
even
does.
yeah,
If she
even if
if
yeah,
she's sitting there in her living room thinking of somebody that she wants to bring into KRTD, or she thinks that knows a skill set, she'll just bam get a hold of us. Hey, I know this person.
so
Hey,
here
I know this
yeah,
person.
so here's my issue, right? The thing is that even if right, that they'll say if it's not you, they'll it'll be another one, right? Yeah, there's always someone that they will who's like also is trying to enter the game, right? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, right? That should happen, right? We can't just shut that off. But then the thing is that they're using that to so as long as the door is open, right? Which Shane, right? Which I give him a lot of props for. As a 20-year-old, it's easy to get out muscled. And I heard something about Camila Harris. I don't know, right? But my people is telling me that uh, she was asked to leave because Steph Zambrano put pressure on KRT Media to just have her leave because she also had problems with the People's Party. I don't know, right? This change in leadership also relieves KRTD Media of responsibility in to some extent, right? Yeah, which is also right, not necessarily something you're aware of, right? But also just
I don't
leads to
even
more
know this
questions,
Camilla
right? Yeah,
person, so I don't
yeah.
know. I don't even know who this Camilla person is that you're talking about, and I've never even talked to Steph, so
Yeah.
I've
So
never spoken to her. So
we'll see we'll just see how things move forward. In
I'm
the
just a
end,
regular basic person from
yeah.
Southern California who likes to make things and just got bumped
It
up to
sounds
an
like everything's
executive
looking that
director
way.
in
Yeah,
2 months.
it's
That's
looking
all.
legit. Yeah, so we'll see on your end. Yeah, but on my end, they're still making their move. So I got to figure out what I got to do for me, right? Yeah, but I'm glad to have
Uh-huh.
you out there, and it seems like you
Wait,
guys are.
what do you got to do for you? I want to help you with this.
Yeah. Well, actually, one thing that's coming up is actually at the end of the week, I'm going to DC with Mark. We're actually from our. I don't know if you saw that we went to. Did you see at National Action Network where I got at some politicians and stuff? Did you see my latest? No, that's a pretty cool video. So uh,
Okay.
when we were
I'll
out
check it
there,
out. I just subscribed to you yesterday, so.
oh yeah, well we hit up Jamal Bowman, and Jamal Bowman is someone that actually Mark had worked with earlier, because I work with a lot of campaigns. Notice that I work with the Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Greens, and People's Party, right? I go to their meetings, all that shit, right? Yeah. I have the stickers here, right? You see Libertarian? See right here? I'm a member. I'm a paid member. You know what I mean? I'm on the Slacks, all that shit. So I know what's actually going on. All right. Do you know about? I don't know if you saw the news story about Libertarians now have 200 seats in Pennsylvania, was before they only had 50. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird? Not even the progressive media. They only talk about AOC. What is that shit? What is that?
Because a lot of them are bought out. They're just repeating everything that everyone else is repeating and not making. That's why people like you are so important, is because we need independent media people like that to be able to say things that you're saying. Because yeah, people like the
Yeah.
Humanist Report and Kyle
You
Kalinske
got to
and
do
all
this.
of them, the more
I would
money they make,
recommend
the
you do the
more,
same thing, or put people as spread out as much as you can too. Right? You have your own network. I wasn't part of the Indivisibles. You know what I mean? But you know people over there uh, might be. I'll share my. Oh, here's a deal that I
all the
make with
indivisibles
everybody.
I know out here are like Democrat with a capital D out here. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
You could watch a lot of actual videos with other online activists on my channel. I ask them very similar questions, so if that was interesting for you, I have Judith Greenspan from Workers World. I have Kayla from Green Party, and you might even have them as guests on your show or be part of your ongoing growing network. I invite you to do that, and if you want to, if you guys have a newsletter, if you guys could put me on your newsletter, then I'll put you guys on my newsletter, right? So I'll just say, it could be just a one-time shout out, like, yo, what's up? I did this thing recently with KRTD Media. I I think they're pretty cool. You guys could check it out. It's up to you to decide what you want to do, but check it out. You know what I mean? And
You know,
yeah,
one of the channels that we're getting ready to come out with is KRTD Activism. if I end up hooking you up with, like, let's say there's a rally or a protest that you want to go to, or a politician is holding a town hall that you want to go to, if I send you like a tripod and lapel mic, would you want to, like, boots on the ground journalism type stuff if I hooked
I
you
already
up?
got lapel mics, but you know what I mean, that
What
could
about a
happen.
tripod? You got a tripod?
Got everything. I got
You
everything.
got everything?
Goddamn machine
Everything?
out here. Yo, I'm actually,
Oh, you're a machine.
yo,
Nice.
what I did was I actually refocused my life. I have nothing else in mind but to achieve political change. I have
Same.
this office right here. I have a sound system. I have a portable sound system. I have access to speakers. I have 10,000 flyers, right? Oh, you see this right here? I can get you guys flyers. I have access to vinyl banners, t-shirts, whatever a political campaign needs, political contacts throughout the boroughs, right? Like I told you, like the events that I'm doing. You see this one right here? Actually, what we did was, me and Theochino, this guy you see says rep my block. Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually
Yeah.
we're open data activists. So my man Theochino, he actually compiled all the FOIA requests for all the voter databases and made it open, free open data source to all the candidates running. So what happened is that before corporate campaign consultants try to use this leverage to convince, but we just made it open source. Fuck you, you know what I mean? So we're democratizing the process. But there's just a lot.
Wow, you're doing amazing
Yeah,
things.
and the fact that it's getting suppressed really pissed me the fuck off. You know what I mean? They're directly interfering, right, with stuff that would help, right? Like the only third-party independent, you know, candidate forum in New York City, and none of them talk about it. They talk about fighting the duopoly. We're the largest market in the nation, 8.5 mil. Come on, why aren't you? Come on, and it happens not just once, again and again and again. It's unacceptable, and now it's just fucking gloves off. You know what I mean? So, look, it seems like you're just the innocent fucking bystander. You know what I mean? It's anything's possible. I'm not fucking putting anything out the fucking picture yet, right? But everything fucking
Okay.
smells kosher from your end amongst multiple people. So, Steph, what's up? You know what I mean? I ain't taking it, but we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see. They're gonna, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm down. Hey, I appreciate
Good,
you.
got your back.
Either way, right? And if you still choose to do stuff with them, hey, what do you know? You don't have the proof, so I'm not going to. But just understand that if anywhere they're in reach, I'm gonna be making my move. You know. But
Okay.
yeah. But hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hell
I'm all
yeah.
about that. Yeah. The
All
active shit.
right.
Yeah. Actually, right
Good. Well,
now,
I'm glad.
I
What
need
are you
activists in
gonna
public
help?
housing
You
right
gonna
now.
planning on helping us out here in California to get rid of Nancy Pelosi?
Um, Actually, I have people out there. Is there someone running that Pelosi now? There are murmurs of that. My person named so people think these political parties are interesting, right? But that's not the magic. Because I'll tell you right now, let's look at the math. Let's fucking understand what the fuck is going on. The thing is that
Mhm.
if we look at libertarians, the most successful third party in the nation, about 200,000 people, right? We look at Green Party, maybe 150, 100,000, right? You could look it up. Democrats is 42 million. Okay, but my friend in California named Lisa, she's working with Color of Change. That's a black women's interest group. Guess how many members they got? Just guess.
Hmm.
8 million. Okay? So, you talk about the
Whoa.
Green Party, but you look at Color of Change, it's like it's like completely different fucking category. You get what I mean? So, if you can have like these groups get together, you know what I mean, in a way you could really fucking do something. So one of the things that we're trying to do is activate the people in public housing. I tell you, I've been homeless, I've been poor as shit. You know what I mean? I'm still poor as shit. I don't give a fuck. Anyways,
Me
yo,
too.
it is what it is. Yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? But, anyways, that's why the brakes are off. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I'm just barreling forward, right? So, anyways, fuck, getting
I
distracted.
feel like we're doing the same thing just in different ways. That's so cool.
Hey, it
Because
is.
I get it. I've been homeless. I was just homeless 4 years ago. I was sleeping on my sister's bedroom floor. I've slept in a box behind Albertsons, okay?
Yo, it is.
It's bad. I've slept in my car looking over an entire city thinking all I wish for is a bed. That's all I want is a bed. I've I've been there.
Sometimes like that.
I've
You know
gone
what
to
I mean?
gas stations every night panhandling, saying that my car was out of gas just so I can get enough money so I can buy a hotel room for that night and eat in a room with a bed. I've done it. I've been there. I know where you're coming from.
That's cool.
I
That's
mean, I might look pretty and it looks great right now, but I literally live in a
Nah.
small little tree house in the middle of
Yeah,
the
I've been there.
mountains to where my kids,
Pretty people
for them to get
around
to
the
their
fast
bedroom,
life.
it's a ladder. So
You see that real shit. I know that too.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You've been
Yeah, I
around
got
the.
a skunk that lives under my house that likes to spray all the time, so I'm constantly outside my house
That's
because I can't fucking
hilarious. I
stand the
wasn't talking
smell.
about that skunk. I wasn't talking about that. You ain't doing. You ain't helping your case talking about a skunk. Nah, 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 nah.
The skunk drives me crazy, okay?
You were
I
you was
hate
at
it.
the bar one night and some dude, you know what I mean, that was into you fucking popped up with a gun or something, you know what I mean? You wasn't in those types of situations? Or you was or you wasn't?
For what?
You was in a bar one night, yeah, and some dude was into
Hmm.
you, right? But the dude was gangster, whatever, right? And then had a gun and shit popped off. That never happened to you?
Not in my face. I haven't seen it personally, but yeah, there was nights where I would go home and come back the next day and find out that our security guard had shot some dude up. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shit gets real, you know what I mean? So like you, I don't know if like maybe you was around to see that or like you know see those things pop off, but you know like shit's always fucking going down. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you know
No, when I
whatever,
was
you
in a
know.
bar, I wasn't like a bar. I was in the worst of the worst bars, like in small podunk towns, and I was an
You know, look,
exotic
being a
dancer. I wasn't a
DJ,
bartender
being
or a
around the hip
waitress.
hop world
I
here in
was
New
the girl
York,
up on the stage with the bathing suit dancing on a pole for guys to throw money at. So,
yo, being here in the hip hop world, being in New York, being on the streets and shit, you know what I mean? Like, yo, some of the legends are fucking on crack and shit, you know what I mean? Like straight up, like
yeah, some of the prettiest
come out
girls
of
I ever
jail.
met got caught up on dope. Some of the nicest girls that I knew that were dancers and were like doing heroin on the bathroom toilet and stuff. I've seen some just horrible, horrible, horrible things. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I believe you've seen some stuff. Yeah, that would make sense.
Oh yeah,
I'm
being an
not sure
exotic
we
dancer
talking
for
about
10
skunk
years, I've
though,
seen
but we'll
some
see.
shit.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Yep.
yeah.
All right. Cool. So, all right. So, hey, thanks for that vote of confidence right there. Yeah, I look forward to working with you. I really want to get this shit done. That's why I'm doing this. And I've been doing this for
Whatever
25
you need.
years. And I'm gonna do it for another fucking 25. So you might as well work with me, because either way, I'm gonna be in this fucking space. So, you know,
Same.
what I mean, we might as well work together. You know what I mean? Because either
I
way, I'm gonna
agree.
be fucking here. Yeah. All right.
Either way, I'm here, so we might as well smoke a
Let's
joint and revolutionize the world
Let's fucking
together.
down. You
So,
see my, you see my. Things seem
yeah.
everything seems copacetic so far. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm glad.
Nice talking
Yay.
with you. All right. So that's the interview right there. Bam.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
Truth of these
We are on
words
all
is
the major
beyond doubt.
platforms. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Dailymotion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, you know, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos, make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.